As we advance through DUAD, today comes a highly anticipated deck, and I believe there's a lot of exploration to be done with this one, and I'm only one person, so my goal here is to try and provide a solid foundation to work with. I've also seen a lot of combos that are more than one card, and little to almost none with one card, so I decided to focus this video on one card combos, and then give some insight about its current strengths and weaknesses. So the first of 5 new cards that we have here is Gold Leo. It reads, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Lunalight monster from your deck to your hand. Except Gold Leo. Then, discard one card. If a Lunalight monster is sent to your graveyard while this card is in the monster zone, even during the damage step, you can target one of them, add it to your hand. You can only use each effect of Gold Leo once per turn. So we'll start here by normal summoning it, using its effect in order to grab ourselves the copy of Yellow Martin, and then we can pitch the Martin in order to use its effect and grab ourselves the copy of the Lunalight Masquerade. This is our second new card, a continuous spell that reads, during your main phase, if this card was activated during this turn, you can send one Lunalight monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you fusion summon a Lunalight monster, you can add one polymerization from your graveyard or banishment to your hand, then you can discard one card, and if you do, once this turn, if you fusion summon a Lunalight monster, you can also banish monsters from your graveyard as material. You can only use each effect of Masquerade once per turn. Now we're going to continue by activating it, and then using its on-field effect so that we can send away the next new card, which is the Lunalight Silverhound. This one reads, if this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can special summon one Lunalight monster from your deck except Silverhound. And if you do, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except Lunalight monsters while you control that face-up monster. When a spell, trap card, or effect is activated on the field, quick effect, you can banish from your graveyard this card and one Lunalight fusion monster, negate the activation. You can only use each effect of Silverhound once per turn. So again, another very solid piece of support here, as all these 3 cards have been, but we're going to use the effect of Silverhound, bringing out our copy of Kaleido, use the effect of Kaleido in order to send away the Tiger. Now, because we have the Gold Leo, we can bring back the Tiger to our hand, and from here we'll then be able to use the effect of Martin, returning the Kaleido so that we're no longer locked into Lunalights from the extra deck, but we're now going to be able to go into our Tiger King, and now we can use the effect of Tiger King in order to grab ourselves the copy of Tenki, activate the copy of Tenki, grab ourselves the copy of Sheep. From here we can then use the copy of Sheep in order to grab ourselves the copy of Polymerization. Now we can activate the copy of Tiger, use the effect of Tiger to bring back the Sheep. This will give us extra poly food so that we can also use its effect and get back the Kaleido later on. Activating the poly, going into the Lunalight Perfume Dancer. It takes 2 Lunalight monsters. If this card is fusion summoned, you can add one Lunalight Perfume from your deck to your hand. You can target one other Lunalight card you control, return it to the hand, extra deck, then you can special summon one Lunalight monster from your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard. This turn, monsters your opponent control lose attack equal to their own original defense. You can only use each effect of Perfume Dancer once per turn. So this almost reads like a custom card where it only takes 2 Lunalight monsters, can potentially trigger effects from Lunalight monsters once you fuse into it. Then you also have the ability to add a Lunalight Perfume, have the ability to potentially return something like a Tiger to your hand to give you an extra extender, and then even special summon something else potentially out of your hand. But then it also helps you potentially OTK your opponent through its last effect, where you can banish it and then make them lose attack equal to their own original defense. But we're going to continue here by using the effect of Masquerade Chainlink 1, the copy of Perfume Chainlink 2, the Sheep Chainlink 3. This is just so that you can get your 2 cards in hand before you have to discard one with the Masquerade once you get back that poly. So we're going to end up getting the poly back, and then you can make the choice of what you want to pitch here. In this case, I'm going to pitch the copy of the Kaleido, and then we're going to use the effect of the Perfume in order to get the Tiger back. We won't be special summoning the Tiger, but we will be going into Cross Sheep, and now we can activate the Tiger, use its effect in order to bring back the copy of Sheep, and then we can activate the Perfume. Now we'll bring back the copy of Kaleido, then use the effect of Kaleido, sending away the Leo. We'll then be able to fuse with Poly in order to go into our next new card. This is the Liger Dancer. It takes a Lunalight Leo Dancer plus 3 Lunalight monsters, must first be fusion summoned with the above materials, unaffected by card effects except Lunalight card. And I would like to correct myself, it's not must first be fusion summoned, it's must be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials, but can make a second attack during each battle phase. Once per turn, quick effect, you can send one Lunalight monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, destroy all your opponent's special summon monsters. So as you see, you can send something like the Perfume Dancer, get its graveyard effect on its own, and that's just a lot of damage. If you fusion summon it in attack mode going second, and then there's stuff like the the Kaleido as well if you banish that as fusion material, where we will momentarily, which can net you another advantage over your opponent where they won't really be able to use stuff in the battle phase along with your Liger Dancer being unaffected. But we're going to use the effects here of Kaleido, Black Sheep, and the Cross Sheep, and then we'll be able to grab ourselves the copy of Martin alongside Polly with the Kaleido on field. We'll then be able to use the effect of Perfume, pitching the Martin in order to get ourselves the Wolf. This is how we'll get that second copy of the Liger, as we're going to activate the Kaleido, sending away another copy of Leo, activate the copy of Wolf, as we'll go into our second Liger here. And if there's one thing I would like to point out is that once per turn quick effect where you can send a Lunalight monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, destroying all of your opponent's special summon monsters, that's not a hard once per turn, so both of them have the ability to use this. I would also like to add that you still have the negate off of the Silverhound. Now, I would like to show a second iteration with just Gold Leo, and we're going to start this one by normal summoning the Gold Leo, use its effect in order to grab ourselves the copy of Martin. Again, a lot of the things are going to start the same here, we're just going to really make a different end board, but we're going to activate the copy of Masquerade, send away the copy of Silverhound. We'll then be able to use the copy of Silverhound in order to bring out Kaleido, use the effect of Kaleido, sending away the Tiger again, use the effect of Gold Leo, get back the Tiger. From here we can then go and use our Martin in order to bring back the Kaleido to our hand, able to special summon stuff from the extra deck again, as we're then going to go into the Tiger King, use the effect of Tiger King to get ourselves the copy of Tenki, activate the copy of Tenki, as we'll then be able to add ourselves the copy of Sheep, activate the Sheep. From here we can get ourselves the copy of Polly, as we'll then be able to activate the Lunalight Tiger, use the effect of the Tiger to bring back the copy of Sheep. Now we'll fuse into the Perfume Dancer with the Kaleido and the Sheep, as we'll then be able to use the effect of Masquerade Chainlink 1, the Sheep Chainlink 2, and the Sheep Chainlink 3, as we'll then be able to get ourselves back the Kaleido, add ourselves the Perfume, as then we'll be able to get ourselves the Polly back to hand, and this time around we're going to pitch the Perfume. So now we're going to use the effect of the Perfume in order to get back the Tiger and special summon back the Kaleido, and then we're going to use the effect of Kaleido, sending away the copy of the Emerald Bird, and then we're going to continue here by going into our copy of Cross Sheep. We can then activate the Lunalight Tiger, use the effect of the Tiger to bring back the copy of Kaleido. We'll then be able to trigger the Cross Sheep as we special summoned it to its zone, bringing back the bird. Now use the effect of the Kaleido so that we can get the Leo Dancer into the graveyard. Go into our number 41. As you'll see momentarily, we do make monsters that don't really care about number 41, so we can just poly at this moment, go into our Liger Dancer, and now we have IP and a card that's unaffected by stuff next to a number 41, which can be pretty problematic for certain decks. Now for the next one we have Tenki, and this one is a little bit different because this time you don't have the ability to go into Tiger King and get that Tenki later on, which can change how things work, since as you see normally we would add the Sheep. So we're going to get ourselves the copy of the Gold Leo, get ourselves the copy of Martin, send the Martin to the graveyard, as we'll be able to get ourselves the copy of Masquerade. Now we can activate the Masquerade, use its effect, which will be able to send away the Silverhound, use the effect of Silverhound in order to special summon out the Kaleido, use the effect of Kaleido to send away the Sheep. Now we can use the effect of the Gold Leo to get back the Sheep. As you see, now we don't have the Tiger, but we're now going to use the effect of the Martin in order to bring back the Kaleido, and then we can go into our Black Sheep, or we can use our Black Sheep in order to get ourselves the copy of Polly. From here we'll then be able to go into our Dugaris, as we'll then use its effect in order to bring back the copy of Kaleido, I believe. Or no, we're going to bring back the Sheep, and then we're going to fuse the Kaleido alongside the Sheep. And then we're going to go into our copy of the Perfume, as we can use the Masquerade Chainlink 1, the Perfume Chainlink 2, and the Black Sheep as Chainlink 3. We'll be able to get back the copy of the Kaleido, get ourselves the copy of Perfume, as well as be able to add ourselves the copy of Polly back to our hand, and then we'll be able to pitch the Kaleido. From here we'll then be able to link away into Cross Sheep, activate the copy of the Perfume to get back our copy of the Perfume Dancer, and then we can use the Cross Sheep in order to bring back our copy of Kaleido, use the effect of Kaleido to send away the Leo Dancer. We're then going to fuse away into our Liger Dancer. From here we can use the effect of Kaleido getting back our Polly, so that we have a discard for our Perfume in our graveyard. We'll get ourselves the copy of Tiger, then we can activate the copy of Tiger, use its effect in order to grab ourselves the Kaleido back, as then we can use the effect of Kaleido getting another send. This, keep in mind, I'm sending the Panther Dancer, but you can send whatever you want. I'm just sending whatever here, as what we're really going to do here is just go into SP, and then you have the ability to end on SP plus the copy of Liger Dancer just off of the Tenki. Now, for this next one, we're going to start with just the Masquerade, and as you see, the combos do kind of get weaker as one card starters get weaker. As long as you have the ability to play with one card, I think that's what's important, because sometimes you won't be able to see those extra extenders, or sometimes they will get stopped. So just having something like this is very important. But we're going to continue here by sending the Silver Hound, getting ourselves the Kaleido on field, use the effect of Kaleido, sending away the Martin. From here we can use the Martin, returning the Kaleido. Then we'll be able to normal summon the Kaleido this time around, as we're going to use its effect, sending away the copy of the Gold Leo, and then we can go into our Dugaras, use the effect of Dugaras to bring back the copy of Gold Leo, and this is how we'll get our search, as we're going to use its effect in order to add ourselves the copy of Bird, send away the copy of Bird, use the effect of Bird in order to get back the Kaleido. We can also use the effect of the Gold Leo to get back the Bird, just giving us that extra body in hand, but we're going to then send away the copy of Lady Butterfly off of the Kaleido, which then we can use in order to special summon out the Bird or anything else that whenever you would like to. We'll now go into the Tiger King, where we're going to use its effect, get ourselves the copy of Tenki, as from here we can then go into our SP, then we can activate the copy of Tenki, and then use the effect of Tenki in order to get ourselves the copy of Tiger. Now we can activate the Tiger, bring back the copy of Kaleido, as we'll then be able to use the effect of Kaleido again. Then we'll be able to use the Butterfly here, as we're then going to special summon out the Bird, go into our number 41. The Martin, again, is just an extra name. Whatever you want to send, you can, but this is just going to end you up on number 41 plus the copy of SP. Now, for the final one card starter, we have the Fire Brigade Fractal, and this is a solid card for the archetype because there's two main targets for it. The Lady Butterfly, which can just be an extender, but then you also have the ability to send away Hound, and then use the effect of Hound in order to get yourself the copy of Kaleido, which then Kaleido can send away the copy of Martin, and from here you have access into your Tiger King, because you can bring back the Kaleido to your hand by special summoning out the Martin, then normal summon the Kaleido, use its effect to send away the copy of the Gold Leo, and I said Tiger King, but I meant Dugaris, as you can bring back the Gold Leo, and then special summon out the Gold Leo, but we're going to then use the effect of the Gold Leo, get ourselves the copy of the Bird, as guard the Bird. We'll then be able to use the effect of Bird for the Kaleido, as we'll use the effect of the Gold Leo to get back the Bird, and from here we'll then be able to have that rank 4 access while also having the ability to send away the Lady Butterfly. But from here we're then going to go into our Tiger King, as we're going to use the effect of Tiger King to add ourselves the Tenki, or set ourselves the Tenki, go into our SP or cross shape. Yeah, we'll go into the SP, activate the Tenki, as we're going to get ourselves the copy of Tiger, activate the copy of Tiger. We can then bring back a copy of Kaleido. Kaleido will then be able to send whatever else you want to send. In this case, I'm just going to send Martin, and then we can use the Lady Butterfly to get ourselves that extra level 4, go into our number 41. As I said, the one card combos kind of get weaker, but they do still give you something to play with off of just one card. And with that, I'll take you on to the final one, which isn't much of a combo, but it does show something that you can play, and a little bit more about the deck that I want to talk about. It was just an awkward hand that I opened, and I wanted to show because it made me think about some things with the current list and kind of how Lunalight looks right now and what I wanted to show you guys. But I'm going to start here by activating the copy of Sheep, as we're going to get ourselves the copy of Polly, as then we're going to be able to activate the Perfume. This will be able to bring back the Sheep so that we can then Polly away into our copy of Perfume, as it only just takes 2 Lunalight monsters. Then we can use the effect of Sheep alongside the copy of Perfume. This will get us back the Wolf alongside another copy of Perfume, and then we can use the effect of Perfume in the graveyard, pitching the Perfume in hand, as we can get ourselves the Martin, use the effect of the second Perfume in the graveyard, pitch away the Martin, get ourselves the copy of the Gold Leo. Now normal summon the Gold Leo, use its effect in order to add ourselves the copy of the Silver Hound, use the effect of Silver Hound. This will be able to get ourselves the copy of Kaleido. Now we can use the Kaleido, sending away the Tiger, use the Gold Leo to bring back the Tiger to our hand. At this point, we can now use the Martin, bring back the Kaleido so that we can special summon from the extra deck again, as we're going to go into the Tiger King. Now we can use the effect of Tiger King in order to get ourselves the copy of Tenki. We can then use the copy of Tenki. This will be able to add ourselves the Fractal, as we'll then be able to use the effect of Fractal. As I said earlier, this will be able to now send the Lady Butterfly as an extender. Then we'll be able to scale the Tiger, as we'll use its effect in order to bring back the Sheep. From here, we can use the effect of the Perfume to bring back the Tiger to our hand, and then we can special summon out the Kaleido from our hand, use the effect of Kaleido, sending away another copy of Tiger, which is important. Then we'll be able to go into our cross sheep, we'll then be able to scale our Tiger, use its effect in order to bring back the copy of Perfume. Perfume, then we can trigger the Cross Sheep, as that will be able to bring back the copy of Kaleido. We'll then be able to link away into IP, we'll then link away into Alistair this time around, use the effect of Kaleido, sending away the Leo Dancer, then we'll scale the Wolf, we'll then be able to fuse away into our Liger Dancer, and once we fuse away, we can use the effect of the Alistair and chain block it with the Kaleido that's banished. Again, if you're going second, damage the ability to have something that your opponent can't even like respond to, but via the Liger Dancer. But we're going to then pitch away the Impulse. You can pitch away whatever you want there to get your invocation. Then you can activate the invocation, go into the Makaba, and if you don't want to play Makaba because of the discard, you can always play the Kaliga. So admittedly, this list could probably go over 40 so that you could play the third copy of the Perfume as well as the Trap card. There's stuff like the Foolish Burial Goods. But as you see, there's not a lot of space for going second card. So if you do that, beyond something like 42 or 45 cards, and that's why I kept it at 40. 12 isn't enough for the current climate. There still is the fact that you do play a lot of the more important going second cards, as well as a deck that can go second with the tools it has available. It's not the end of the world with that. Also, the ability to bring out a towers like monster can be pretty ignorant. Then you have stuff like Guardian Chimera, which can help you going second with removal as well, also get you into more draws. Another thing that you might notice is the side deck Called by the Grave, or I shouldn't say side deck since this is just a list of options, Called by the Crossout and the Talents, things that I'm only putting towards the side deck if I were to build one, just because I don't want to main them because it takes away from your going second. And as stated, there's only 12 slots here dedicated to your going second. I didn't want to put it at 9 because of our current format. That's why I'm highlighting Called by as an option. And there's also a potential rank 6 that you can play for your 2 fusions, but I just don't think that's worth it. And there's also the Tornado Dragon, which can synergize with stuff like your Tiger you into an extra extender. There's also that other Beast Warrior link too, Daruma. This can be another way to pop your Tiger and continue by having removal for your opponent as well. Is pretty important for your grind game, especially when you have the Masquerade being able to freely send stuff, follow-up turns, and of course you have the Wolf for your extra ability to fusion. Technically don't have a lot of searchers for your fusion since Martin is usually adding your Lunalight Masquerade. I do feel having access to both the Lunalight fusion and the Wolf is important. Would like to highlight that the 2 Martin, the 2 Kaleido, the 2 Tiger, and the 2 Silverhound are things that I would prefer at multiples just because you don't want them at once. If they're removed, it could become too much to overcome. Then going over some of the other options, there's stuff like Almirage. You do have under 1,000 attack after normal summon, which again, I just don't think it's worth it because unless you're just doing something like Gold Leo gets impermed, you Almirage it away, then bring it back with the Perfume, continue your plays from there. I just don't think that alone is worth the Almirage when you just have so much more stuff that you want to play for the deck to function, especially since it relies on seeing the Gold Leo plus this, and it's just kind of weird. But all of that out of the way, I'm just going to get onto the card by card because I feel I showed everything that I wanted to throughout the combos, and we have the 3 copies of Gold Leo, the 3 copies of Fractal, the 3 copies of Tenki, and the 3 copies of Masquerade. These are your 1-card combos. Your engine pieces are the 2 Silverhounds, the 2 Tigers, the 2 Martins, the 2 copies of Kaleido, the 1 Wolf, the 1 copy of Emerald, the 1 copy of Butterfly, the 1 copy of Sheep, the 2 copies of Perfume, the 1 copy of Lunalight Fusion, the 1 copy of Poly, the 3 copies of Impulse, the 3 copies of Droplet, the 3 copies of Droll, and the 3 copies of Ash to round out the main deck. Onto the extra deck, we have the Cross Sheep, IP, SP, Tiger King, Redoer. We then have the copy of Dugaris. We then have the copy of Bagu. We then have the 2 copies of Liger Dancer, the 2 copies of Leo Dancer, the 1 copy of Panther Dancer, the 2 copies of Perfume Dancer, and the 1 copy of Guardian Chimera to round out the deck profile. But anyways, if you made it this far into the video, I thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. It's Bones, signing out.